What's up, Stokers? Before we begin this podcast, I want to let you know that we have our show out on Netflix, Chad and JT Go Deep. It's out now, and make sure you check it out. Watch the whole thing. It's a fun adventure, a fun ride, and I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. We also have tour dates coming up. We're going all over. We're going to Vegas. We're going to Boston. We're going to Nashville. We're going to New York. Tickets available for that soon. We're going to Honolulu, North Carolina, South Carolina. Chicago, we got add a late show to Chicago, and we got more dates coming, so get your tickets at chatandjt.com. We're also brought to you by the legends at Vroom. What up, dudes? Thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast, guys. If you're shopping for a car, a lot of times you have to go to the dealership and you have to negotiate a price. Well, not anymore, because Vroom allows you to sell your car and get a price instantly online. You don't have to waste time at a dealership or deal with flaky buyers. All you do is put it online, and it is good to go. Vroom is entirely online. When you need to buy a car, just grab your phone, go to vroom.com, and check out thousands of great cars. That's vroom.com. We're also brought to you by the legends at Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep, what up? Thank you so much for sponsoring the pod. Guys, if you want the dankest mattress in town, check out Helix. I have a Helix mattress. It's my favorite mattress, and all I did was took that 60-second sleep quiz, and it's phenomenal. I sleep like a baby every night. My dank-ass premium mattress. Get yours today. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/go-deep with Helix Sleep. Better sleep starts now. We're also brought to you, of course, by the legends at Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pure, for looking after our hogs, for making sure their dinks are looking fresh and clean, because you have a penis or a vagina, and you sure as shit have pubes. So make sure you trim those pubes for that hot summer bod with the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Weed Whacker Ear and Nose Hair Trimmer and all the other goodies in the Performance Package 4.0. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP at manscaped.com. It's smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. Let's start the show.
What's with deep? Going deep. Chad and JT.
Let's smack the bell end and solve the Rubik's Cube. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep Chad JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And we're joined by Jake on the keys. What up?
What up, guys?
And we got Jack.
Yo.
Jack on the info. And the socials. What up?
Full squad.
Full squad, yeah. Lots of dudes. I love it. Well, dude, if you guys are listening to this right now, the show is out.
Yeah, we're recording this on the Thursday before the show comes out. The show comes out on Tuesday. This podcast drops Wednesday of the following week from this Thursday.
Man, it's a crazy feeling.
Yeah, it's nuts.
3 years in the making.
Long time. A lot of effort put into it.
Yeah.
It won't feel that way.
No.
It'll feel casual.
Yeah.
But the effort was anything but.
Yeah, that's what's interesting is you put stuff out, and I always even before making our own thing, I always noticed that about movies and stuff. People put out a movie and then everyone just trashes it. And I'm like, and you know what? Actually, after I shot my first short film, seeing how difficult it is to do, so people put out a movie and then everyone just trashes it, and I'm like, but they worked really hard, you know?
Yeah. Well, hey, if you fuck up, you fuck up.
Yeah,
you gotta take the heat. But you know what's good about that too, though, and this makes me respect a lot of actors and directors and musicians.
Yeah, is
like when they do, and I think the show's gonna be great, and I think everyone's gonna like. I mean, we've seen it, but it's hard to judge your own thing because you're so close to it.
Yeah,
it's hard to take the view from 30,000 feet or whatever. But like, you know, people, especially athletes, like Magic Johnson. Like blew I think it was like the 83 finals and everyone started nicknaming him a Tragic Magic.
Yeah.
And was like, he's a bitch. Like he can't come up big in the fourth quarter. Larry's better. And then Magic came back the next season and was like the Terminator.
Right.
And like dominated in the finals.
Yeah.
So kind of whatever happens, it just fuels you for the next thing.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. And The thing is, though, I mean, I genuinely, I like every time I think about this show, I just smile because I love it so much. And I was actually thinking because we were like in the editing bay for, you know, November to May, and so I just know it inside and out. But you know, having a little bit of space in between, now I'm starting to think about some of the scenes in there, and I was just laughing out loud to myself, just thinking about them. So
It's a fun show.
yeah,
And
I think that's a good rule too. You know, if you enjoy it and you love it, that's important.
And we got our buddies in there. My mom's in there a lot.
Yeah,
Our
she's
dads
great.
are in there.
They're great. Yeah,
So it's the crew is such a good group of people.
the crew is awesome,
And it was a positive experience. Like I think, everyone says this, but I genuinely believe it with this project is that everyone had a good time and felt respected on set. And it was I feel like everyone who worked on it is rooting for it, which means a lot to me.
Yeah, it was such a great experience. And yeah, guys, check it out if you haven't seen it. Chan JT Go Deep.
Yeah, if you listen to this podcast and you didn't watch the Netflix show,
Yeah.
I guess you're just busy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I might check it out.
yeah, give it a look.
Yeah, if you make sure you binge it too.
Yeah, you got to watch it all the way through. They were big on this.
Yeah.
Netflix is like, they need to complete it. I don't know why. They just want you spending more time on the app. So you got to put it on and let it run.
Although, you know what? I have to say, I personally don't. I think once you get into the show, we have a lot of cliffhangers in there, and you just want to keep watching. I think
We're gonna leave you in suspense. It's
Yeah.
very intentional.
Yeah.
But we wrote the show without cliffhangers, and then we got notes from Netflix, and they were like cliffhangers, and we were like, all right, that's what you want, that's what you get. And it was funny too, because when they gave us that note, anytime you get a note from someone, there's a part of you that's like, it's like, it was perfect. Why are you asking me to change anything?
Yeah.
But then you sit with the note for a while and you're like, all right, well, why did they say that? And what can we do to address that?
Yeah.
And they almost always help. They always make the thing better.
Definitely. I mean, and two, it's because I get so impatient, if we're working on like show ideas or like stuff like this, I'm just sort of like, all right, that's good. Like we got it together, let's do it. But then it is important just to sit with things and continually sort of rework them and keep looking at them, because it does get a lot better. And it just and credit to Dan Lucchese too. He went so in depth with it where I mean, that guy is Hollywood. Hire that dude, which he's on the come up. I mean, he's been on the come for a while, but he's such a hard worker. He probably put in 10,000 hours on this project.
Malcolm Gladwell level of expertise.
Dude, he did. Like he would spend whole days looking at footage. He really sort of honed in on the like outlines and all that kind of stuff. And so
yeah, he had to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And he did a great job. He did a great job.
Yeah. I you have this too where you're so like detail oriented, whereas I'm sort of like, you're able to sort of relook at things and be like, I don't know if the story matches up this way. Whereas I'm just like, all right, let's just get in front of the camera. Just fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, I feel incongruities in story or character.
Yeah.
Which is total nonsense. But it's very important to me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll just like stay up and I'll be like, it's not connecting right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it all connects, because that's very important.
Yeah.
But it's true too, like this whole process with making anything in like, traditional Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a long process, and you lose months just because like lawyers are going over details that no one can even explain to you in a quick conversation.
Yeah.
And it is a lot of just hurry up and wait, and it's tough, and especially since we do stand up or we just do prank stuff, or we run out and just shoot and see what we get. It's different mindset, different muscles.
Yeah.
But it's all fun. It's fun to be able to do both.
Yeah.
It's fun to do the more long-term stuff. And then like we got Jake here with us, and I didn't want to be stressed out waiting for the show to come out and waiting to see like what interviews we get or like how it's received. So we've just been making stuff. Like we went to Iowa last week for a week and
it was a blast.
Shot a bunch of really fun, crazy stuff just for our own channels. And
no, yeah, it's fun.
And keeps my brain off the Netflix show.
Yeah. No, it was a blast. I Yeah, it's interesting. Well, interesting too. The kind of show we shot too is where it is. We're interacting with real people the whole time.
It's all real people.
Yeah, and it's like it was such a mind trip of like you basically want everything to go a certain way and you can plan all you want, but it's ultimately it's the unpredictability of it was really exciting too, because it's like with everything, it's like any interaction could push you one way or the other, could totally change your scene in ways or add to a scene in ways that you just couldn't even have anticipated, because real people are just
They're gonna say what they're gonna say.
yeah
That was really fun. That's my favorite kind of acting. Is just when
Yeah.
it's with real people and
yeah
you're kind of acting and they're
yeah
being themselves.
yeah
And then you're also kind of being yourself, but you also have like this story in your head that you're
Yeah.
like, I'd like to get us from here to there.
yeah
It's very exciting.
totally.
And some people are just we met so many characters.
Mm-hmm.
You meet just people where afterwards you're like, that dude had it. Whatever it is,
Yeah,
he was ready to go.
dude, I mean, the second episode, we're in Santa Barbara, and after that, I mean, seeing the way the Isla Vista kids live, I just wanted to rage. It's like I immediately fell back into that college mindset of like they're just so the way they live is just so it's just like it's such an amazing sort of like life philosophy that college kids in Isla Vista have, is where they're just having a good time.
Yeah, you see Santa Barbara is like a
Yeah.
little utopia up there.
It
And that's why we went
is.
up there to protect it.
Yeah.
Because it's under environmental duress.
Dude,
But
yeah.
the kids were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
Dan Chu, I'm forgetting what's the one kid's name?
Fernando.
Fernando
Yeah.
was a fucking legend.
Yeah.
And like that kid, we were just talking to Dan out in the street, asking him about the issues of Santa Barbara. Fernando just pulls up in his car,
Yeah.
gets out, just starts talking to us.
Yeah.
Never met this guy before. No one on production knew who he was. He just pulled into the shot, and then he's in the rest of the episode because he was just a stud.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
Yeah.
And he was one of my favorite kinds of people where he was like a full-on bro, but you could tell he had a lot of horsepower in his head.
Yeah.
Like he would say some smart shit and you were like, whoa, keep an eye on this guy.
Totally. And the beer pong, the beer die, I'm sorry. I'm down with beer pong too, but I love beer die.
Sky high, dude.
I'm very
Straight up
passionate about beer
missiles.
die, and to be able to include beer die in a TV show, and then watching them play beer die. I mean, we haven't played in a while. We gotta play soon.
Yeah, I love playing it. I think maybe we're doing our premiere next week. We should have some like beer pong tables there or something like that.
At like one of the other bars.
Yeah, or at like Elysian. See if they'll let us bring in a ping pong table.
Oh right, yeah. I've never even been there. Do they have like a big kind of?
I think they have like a big lobby before you go into the theater.
Right. I wonder if we could block off a section of like one of the bars.
Get some kegs.
Yeah,
We should get some kegs.
that sounds good. Kegs and eggs.
Yeah.
I like kegs and eggs, dude. I remember in college, it's like St. Patrick's Day, or there's another day. Oh, for my frat, it was like the anniversary of like when it was created or some bullshit.
It's a big day.
Founders Day. It was Founders Day, so you just wake up at like 4 a.m. start raging. It's awesome, dude. Kegs and eggs, dude. Make me cream.
Yeah, bust a load.
I gave JT props on this, but like your guys' improv is crazy.
Oh yeah.
If I was in certain interactions that you guys had, like I don't know how you just like stay focused and like kind of work your way through the conversation. Is there like something that you're like looking for? Like you said, it's kind of just like a ride. How do you decide where?
I don't know. I think it's how do you?
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I mean, you both have probably taken classes, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that helps. I think it's repetition. You just keep doing it, and then you just try to stay excited, and you try to think of new things to say.
Yeah, you just sort of stay present and just like you stay present and you try to think in character, and then sort of I think a lot of it's just thinking in character and then sort of looking for instances where it's like, what does the character want, and then or what's a place where you can how can you take the scene in a certain direction based off what they're saying to you, I think.
Yeah, because sometimes you can tell if they're going to go in a funny direction, or you can tell if they're going to go in a direction that actually fits with where you were trying to go.
Yeah.
And you can tell if they agree with you or they disagree with you. And you just try to fuel whatever kind of spark of a direction you see from them.
Yeah.
You're like, just keep going. You just want to keep them talking, keep them going,
Yeah.
get them to open up. Sometimes they don't and they shut you down, but that's funny too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's fun.
it's crazy that the show's coming out.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. It's good we're busy too. We got a lot of stand-up gigs coming out. We're shooting more stuff.
Totally.
I've been meditating like crazy, Wim Hof breathing like crazy,
Nice.
cold showering. I've been dialed with that stuff.
It's all good stuff.
It really helps with the balance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Got to stay balanced.
You gotta get in the ice.
Can't let I realized you can't fix thoughts through thinking.
Yeah.
You can't fix thoughts through other thoughts. Like people just stop thinking that way. I'm like, it don't work that way.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about is mortality.
Sure.
That helps put things into perspective because you place so much importance on like a show coming out or little things, you know. Whereas at the end of the day, it's like, I think this sort of came up in our Tiger Belly episode of just like you just have to enjoy the process because, and I think this happens with a lot of like actors and stuff too, where you're always thinking ahead, like what's the next thing, you know. It's sort of like your future planning. You're like, okay, you know, well, I'm doing this right now, but when am I going to be able to do like a movie, stuff like that. Whereas like you always have to take a step back and be like no, especially for us, be like, no, I'm doing the thing that I've been wanting to do. I'm doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I, you know, I should just, and I think there's instances where I'm really able to enjoy it and other instances where I'm really in my head, but I think I just have to get back to that place of like, I'm doing it right now. Like it's happening. So enjoy it. And then, you know, I'm going to die someday. So
Maybe.
yeah, maybe we'll see how many ice baths I can do. So it's like, I'm going to die someday. So, you know, potentially, I might not die, but we'll get to that. So at the end, you know, was ego tripping and all that stuff doesn't.
Amor fati, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Love of fate, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Did you should look at that up?
Yeah. We have very little we can control. I just didn't want to get it wrong. I'll do that a lot. Like, yeah. We were on a Zoom earlier and I said ensnared. And then I'll just Google it real quick and be like, did I use that right?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tough too, because like we're working on a bunch of other projects that are big. Like a Netflix show big. But everything's contingent on stuff working or hitting and stuff like that. So you can feel you're like, I'm building this thing, but we're not sure how rock solid the foundation is yet.
Yeah.
And then if it's not as solid as people thought, then we might have to rebuild.
Yeah.
But you can do that. That's why I've been liking reading all these presidents books. Is because those guys, look, they're all like, at minimum, probably like war criminals. Every president's done something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But their spirit and their can-do attitude is really invigorating because you'll read about them and like fucked up shit happens to all them and they just keep going.
Yeah.
They just keep going.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters. Can you keep going?
Just keep going.
And yeah, our lives are great. Like we
Yeah.
live the fucking dream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for more of it. And the show's gonna bang. People are gonna love it, and we'll just keep rocking.
I mean, I love it. I truly do.
That's
Have you
good.
seen it? You guys haven't seen it yet?
I watched the trailer.
Oh, the
it looks
trailer.
They did a
amazing.
good job on
Yeah.
the trailer.
Yeah.
They really crushed that.
Yeah. I love it a lot.
Yeah, good.
But by the time this comes out, I probably have seen it.
Yeah.
Because next week.
So how do you feel about it?
I feel fucking amazing. Chad, you did really good. JT, awesome as well.
You better keep that, or that better be what you say, dude.
Yeah. Next week I'll come back with a different opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, speaking of loads, Jack, you said that the sun is dropping a fat load on us today.
Yeah.
So dark plasma on this Thursday, we're recording this, is hurling towards the earth. It's called cannibal plasma. No. dark plasma is hurling. And it's called cannibal what? Ejection.
Cannibal ejection. Mass ejection.
Do you know what the plasma? What is plasma?
I think it's like it's low.
The sun's busting a load on us, and I think it's messing up technology. I think if the sun occasionally busts loads, and I think if it busts a fat enough load on us, a solar ejection, then it can like wipe out the internet. So that's something that we also got to worry about, in addition to asteroids and viruses.
Yeah, it's a 3 out of 5 on the load scale.
Wow, that's a pretty big load.
Yeah.
That's like a Kevin Fard 5 years ago load. Now as the loads have gotten smaller. Anyways. Dude, I had lunch with Joe.
Oh, you did today?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I saw him yesterday for a bit, or 2 days ago for a bit. How's he doing?
He seemed good. He's doing better, I think.
Yeah.
Adjusting to LA.
Yeah, Joe's back, guys. Joe moved back to LA.
The big hog. There's dong equilibrium.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I was he was gonna move in here, but Ari Manis had an extra room at his place. So he's
Yeah.
living with Ari, which is great.
Yeah.
But at first I was like a little bit like, I was like, all right, dude, you can come stay with me. But I was like, even like putting like a time constraint on it just because, doing my own thing. But then once he was like, I'm living with Ari, I was like, oh man, I kind of really wanted him to live here.
Yeah.
It was like one of those like buyer's remorse things. I was like, fuck.
It would be a really
nice.
fun throwback.
Yeah, but I don't have an extra room. So I'd be sleeping on the couch and he'd be in my room because I sleep on my couch every night
Yeah.
anyways. So it would have been a little awkward that way, but it would have been a lot of fun to have him and we could have done pick'ems like crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's back.
Dude, he
He's
looks
out living.
good. He's looking thin, and his calves were exploding today. And he was telling me, I don't know if he's told you this, but he dropped some goss on me that a certain high up popular female comic has been,
Throwing him rhythm.
yeah. Did
Yeah,
he tell you
did
about that?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna
Take
potentially
her on a date?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I told
I
him to
would
make
bet
a
on
move.
it.
I told him to make a move. He said he wouldn't. He's gonna wait for her.
No, he should make the first move.
Yeah.
She'd like that. She needs an assertive dude.
Yeah.
Not knowing her at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's what
Yeah.
Joe should do.
Yeah.
I think just for Joe would be better.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be careful. He works he's back working at the store, which is great.
Yeah.
So, he's got to be, he can't, you don't want to get a rep for hitting on too many of the past comics.
Yeah.
But, if love strikes you, you got to honor that. So we'll see what happens.
Dude, I was telling him, I was like, if that happened, I don't know if anything could make me happier.
I'd be pretty stoked. She'd be very stoked too.
Yeah.
She'd be a lucky lady.
You think she's heard about his prodigious piece?
Probably. I think it's probably made the rounds everywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been a loud bullhorn for that.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows now Joe's got a big dick.
Yeah. If I think I met her one time,
Mission
but
accomplished.
if I see her and we strike up a conversation, I'm just gonna relate everything back to Joe's dick in a positive light. She'll be like, "How about the news?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's nice we have good news. Like Joe's dick is still intact." And
I've been telling her that too. Yeah, she's really sweet. I love Joey Behar.
yeah, me too. Dude, that'd be so sick if they hooked up.
It would be cool.
She's talking about it on The View.
I got something to talk about today. I met this guy, Joe Marisi. Oh my God, what a lover.
Yeah.
Romeo.
Yeah.
Once you get him inside that place, he just takes your body to another worldly dimension. His touch, his eyes, his huge, huge hog.
So sensual and assertive. And then you ordered me pizza afterwards.
He'd be good at that too. You get that prime Sicilian.
Yeah, you want, how about we do Prince Street? How about Round Table? What? Dumbass.
Yeah, I'd call her a dumbass. Girls like that sometimes. If you're close with them, if you
Yeah.
have friendly banter,
Yeah.
some girls like that. It gives them a little jolt. Did you hear about Salmon Rushdie?
Yeah, dude. What
that
the
was
hell?
insane.
Yeah.
I thought that fat swell was over. I
Yeah.
thought it had kind of like come and gone, but I think those things are forever.
People rushing the stage.
Well, so like he wrote this book, The Satanic Verses, in like 88, and then like the religious leader of Iran was like put a fatwa on him, like a
Really?
religious order to kill him.
Whoa.
So he was living with bodyguards forever, but was also like living a full life. Like he'd pop up on TV, and he was like he dates remarkably well. because he's not the most traditionally handsome guy, but
Yeah.
he's married to like Padma Lakshmi, and he's just a cool dude. And so he was kind of a inspiration on so many fronts. And then you kind of stopped hearing about it for a while. And I guess maybe he let his guard down a little bit, like he didn't have as much security, and he was doing a speaking event, and someone rushed the stage and stabbed him a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's gonna lose an eye.
Yeah,
But
I
he
don't
got
think
stabbed in
that'll-
the neck.
I think that'll just help his swagger even more.
Yeah, eye patch.
The eye patch will work well with him.
Yeah.
But bummer, dude. Wishing you well, Simon. I'm sorry that it, I heard the book too isn't even that hard. Like he's not even talking that much shit on Islam. Like it's pretty light, and most of the book is like a fantasy dream world. Like I think he does like magic realism, but someone took offense to it who had power and put it out there that he was no good, and yeah, it caught up to him like I don't know, like 34 years later. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Man.
But I guess he was cracking funnies in the hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good guy.
Yeah, he's tough as nails, that guy. Beast of a writer.
Yeah, what would you do if that happened to you?
If I got stabbed?
Oh, like if you were in his situation, would you be able to crack jokes in the hospital?
Yeah, for sure. I was gagging like crazy today at the dentist. I went to the dentist this morning. It was so fun. And
How are your teeth looking?
pretty good. I might have one cavity, but other than that, I was good. They said I was overdue for a cleaning, but my teeth, even if they don't like look perfect, they seem to have strong like
Enamel?
enamel. Yeah, like I don't get many cavities and stuff like that. But they gave me a cleaning, and it was fun. But they were doing my X-rays, and they kept jamming the thing in my mouth, and I'm a mouth breather, so I was like, and I kept like almost vomiting.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm great. Keep it coming."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like trying to be tough,
Yeah.
but I pulled it off. I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
And when they were cleaning it, they were like, "Can you handle this?" I was like, "Yeah, keep going, keep going."
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a treat. It was the most fun I've ever had at the dentist for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, they yeah, is your girlfriend, is she succeeding in trying to get you to breathe through your nose?
It's funny you mentioned that. So I was like reading yesterday on her couch, and then she just comes in and like trying to be subtle, not subtle at all. Just comes in with the James Nestor breath book.
Yeah.
She's like, "If you finish that, you can read this one." And I was like, "Yeah, real subtle, honey." And then she was like, "I wasn't making a big deal about it." I was like, "Come on, dude." She's like, "It's not that I'm trying to change you." And I just kept busting her balls on it. She's hilarious. And then but then I left my book in the car and I started reading the James Nestor nose breathing book. And it is compelling. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the book. I'm going to talk shit on it the whole time. I'm going to send her photos of passages that upset me or where I feel like he's overpromising, which he's already done several times in the first 10 pages. But by the end of it, I guarantee I end up adopting like half the practices.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my way.
Yeah.
I talk shit on it, I make fun of it, but then I end up doing it.
Right.
So yeah, I guess she's winning.
Yeah.
She's getting the dub there.
You know, I've yet to. I've actually, with my lady in bed, I've taped my mouth once, but I think I'm gonna do it tonight.
My lady would find it arousing. She'd be excited. That might get us all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be fired up.
That seems nice.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
She's got a good attitude.
Dude, I like. So my girlfriend moved in 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's great, man. It's a lot of fun.
You having a ball?
It's so much
nice.
fun. Yeah, it's great. It's fun having, her. It's like we just have a ton of fun. She grills like almost every night, and we just watch shows and hang out, and it's just a very fun. You sort of, I guess it's a big test. Is to your compatibility, and but we've been having a blast, and it's fun, and it's like, I don't know, it's fun to like plan shit and just to think of things you can do for the house. Of like, we're getting these like, hanging lights or whatever to give it a little bit more of a cool sort of summertime, ambiance. And we're grilling and stuff. And then I got to do like man of the house shit, which is fun. Like I was killing spiders the other night.
The best.
And she's like, "There's a spider right there." I was like, "What else, babe?" And
with a Swiffer, right?
Yeah. Kill him with a Swiffer. And, and then for everything else, calling the landlord,
Yeah, but still being a man about it, grabbing the phone and making it.
Yeah. I was like, I got this. I'll make the call.
I love that.
Yeah, and then that's a lot of fun. I've been obsessed with watching roller coasters on Instagram now.
You're just watching people ride them and see their facial reactions.
No, it's more just the roller coaster itself.
Interesting.
I'll do like a point of view one where it's like you're on the roller coaster, you know, it's sort of like POV porn where it's like you're the guy watching her, you know, take the load. This is like you're the guy taking the load of the roller coaster. And also just, you know, watching them from sort of like a distance, you know, seeing how big they are and stuff. It's awesome, dude. And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, since we're touring around the country, I want to hit every major theme park.
That's a great goal.
Yeah, be a roller coaster guy. Hit Cedar Point in Ohio, Busch Gardens in Tampa. You know, I want to obviously do Universal Studios, Disney World, Florida. Maybe Dollyland in like Tennessee.
Is that Dolly Parton's place?
Yeah.
It's great.
Dollywood.
It's a great quest.
Which I always thought it sounded so corny and but it looks legit.
It's a fun experience. It's something new.
Yeah.
You'll come out of it with something.
A lot of thrills.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see interesting people and you'll do things you never would have ordinarily done.
Yeah. Dude, Cedar Point in Ohio looks sick.
What's going on there?
Just huge roller coasters.
They sound massive.
The biggest.
Let's go.
Yeah. Dude, I want to go back. I've been there. I've been to Six Flags Great Adventure. And I rode King Dakar. It was awesome, but I want to go back to King Dakar and then El Toro is like the best roller coaster I think I've ever been on. This wooden roller coaster in New Jersey.
Wooden?
Awesome. Wooden, yeah.
Does it loop?
I don't think so, but it's like on number one on a lot of people's lists.
Wow.
It's just so huge drop, very intense, and there's something so classic about the wooden roller coaster.
The sound,
and it's just a lot of speed, a lot of, you know, it's yeah. This was up.
That's a great quest. Yeah, I was gonna do like I'm doing something similar. I'm gonna add like a day to every one of our travel things and try to go to like some kind of a spiritual center.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do that like every time?
I think so. I'm gonna do like a silent retreat, or I'm gonna do like a breathing thing, or I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
do like
cool.
ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dip my toe into every like kind of a spiritual path there is for just a little bit.
Where are you doing ayahuasca?
I don't know yet. Maybe in Ohio.
Dude, that'd be a good place to try it.
I'm gonna do it all.
You should do it with Machine Gun Kelly.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
That's what part of why we went to Iowa was to get Machine Gun Kelly to do something to help the culture out. I don't want to tip it yet until you guys see it, but we had a small interaction at a distance, but he saw us and we saw him and we communicated. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty wild. Pretty wild. Excited for that. Dude, also speaking of you like calling places or like killing spiders, it's funny. One of the ways that they describe people in the Teddy Roosevelt, William Taft book is they'll always describe their behavior as manly, but it's not like, oh, you like benched 400 pounds or you beat some dude's ass at a bar, you're manly. It's like the way you took responsibility for like for supporting that congressman who ended up getting like bribes to not protect conservation lands in Montana. That was manly. They always describe like people taking responsibility in the book as manly.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. And that word's not really used to describe things anymore. It's kind of fallen out of favor. And I'm sure there's other words that work well too, but there is something nice about that.
That's
I'd
a
like
cool
to bring it back.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your friend like drives all you guys home when you're all drunk and he's sober and you go, hey man, that was manly the way you drove us home last night. The way you took responsibility for us and made sure we were safe. That was manly.
Dude, taking responsibility. I like that. Dude, if someone told me that something I did was manly, like if someone was like, the way you called that landlord and scheduled the plumber was manly, I'd be so fired up.
It would encourage you to do it more, right?
Yeah.
It kind of elevates all this basic stuff into a new territory.
Yeah.
Like I went and picked up my girlfriend's prescriptions from CVS yesterday.
Yeah.
That was manly, dude.
Yeah.
I felt manly when I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a little Instagram video of me dancing to Taylor Swift, but I still felt manly because of the purpose of my mission. I was like, I'm picking up prescriptions.
Yeah.
I'm helping her.
Yeah.
Felt good. Felt manly.
Dude, that's nice. Yeah. I remember she was like, she's like, hey, any word on the plumbing? I was like, she's like, maybe I'll give him a call. I was like, hold on a second, Chief. I'll make the call.
That's manly.
Dude.
That's very manly of you. I love that.
Thanks, dude.
Should we answer some cues?
Yeah.
You gotta call the chief.
I also saw you and your girl had a good journaling sesh.
Oh yeah, I was journaling. Yeah, I was actually in a really sort of creative mood. Yeah, I wrote dong and boner and then I drew a dick. She's like, is that how you usually journal? I was like, if I'm feeling creative. I was just, when your muse comes to you and you just have to write,
Yeah.
that's how I felt in that moment where I was like, it just like sort of was like, I was just watching the History Channel and then in my mind, it was just dong. I was like, I gotta write this shit down.
What were you watching on the History Channel that sparked all that?
I don't know.
You don't remember that, but the
inspiration.
The inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just put on the TV and I just stare and I don't take in anything. I'm more just staring at the wall above it.
That's beautiful, man.
She's
what
like,
percentage of your journal would you say is words for dicks?
Probably 90%.
What's the other 10?
Calves.
So a lot of anatomy. That's kind of that's kind of where you go.
Dongs, calves. I'd like to take it to a psychiatrist and see, he's like, if he could base my IQ off of it.
You can't trust those quacks.
No.
They don't know what they're talking about. Dude, I also went to Nantucket.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went
that's
to
right.
Nantucket for a week with my family.
That's cool. It sounds awesome.
Dude, it was beautiful. One of the coolest places I've ever been. Like anytime I'm going on a trip, I'm always like, I don't really want to go. And then once I get there, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. But I landed and I was like, dude, this place is freaking sick. And our friend Martha was there, who is script supervisor on our show. Check it out on Netflix. And she's from there. So she gave me the whole rundown on the island. It was really cool. My girlfriend came out, had a good time. My dad was hilarious, dude. Dude, my dad he's still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's a tank.
The guy got pancreatic cancer like almost 4 years ago. I was reading all the stats at the time. It said he was not long for the earth.
Yeah.
He's just swinging, dude. He's still out there giving it as good as he gets it. And you can't stop him. You never know he was sick by hanging out with him. He's just full of vitality and just talking shit and yelling. My whole family got into a huge fight about the movie Batgirl. Everyone just screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And in the middle of us screaming at each other about Batgirl, I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's being their full selves.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Does he watch Yellowstone? Does he love it?
He does. He does love Yellowstone. He loves all that stuff.
He's got the manliness and he's got the manliness part of Kevin Costner in there without the evil.
Yeah, no, my dad's an evil guy.
Right.
He's
maybe
a sick
just,
and twisted dude.
Maybe he is just John Dutton then.
He is. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, put a cowboy hat on him. You're not JD, you gotta run this ranch.
Dude, his friend Jimmy T gives me like the straight scoop on what my dad's been up to, and they've been friends since they were kids. I love Jimmy T so much. I want to have him on the podcast, but he's refusing to come on.
Yeah.
But Jimmy T will just tell me stories about when they used to work together. He's like, oh yeah, we were at this hair care conference in Las Vegas and we were fucked up. Me and your dad had been drinking and doing Molly all night. But we had our friend's funeral the next day. Yeah. And man, were we loaded. And I'm like, this is a great story. Yeah. And then I'll bring it up to my dad. He's like, that never happened. I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy.
JT, this is gonna ruin us. People are gonna, you see they're building the casino next door. We gotta kill these people.
My dad, he'll be like, you can't talk about this shit on the podcast, JT. He's like, I'm connected with, Catholics, JT. I'm in business with Catholics. You can't tell these stories. I'm like, I play by a different rule set, Dad. This is Hollywood. People just like a good story. And he's like, JT, don't tell that fucking story. Don't you fucking tell that story. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna tell that story, dude. Then he had good stories about my mom just being an animal. Like, I guess one time my dad forgot our birthday because he was having like a business meeting he's like, Jimmy T was like, yeah, your dad had a bunch of us at like a bar and we were all getting hammered, but we were talking about important business shit. He's like, man, your mom came in like a tornado. She smacked the shit out of him. My mom's the best, dude. She just went in there and just tore ass.
Dude, your dad, what's driving this?
Yeah, he's good in the show. Your dad's very good in the show.
My dad's very sweet. Your dad's so funny.
It was really, really good.
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we got a new show on Netflix, Chad and JT Go Deep. Check it out right now or when you have some free time. It's a fun thrill ride. 6 episodes. It's the best. And I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Check it out at Netflix. And then we have tour dates coming up. We're going all over the country. New York, Boston, Nashville, North Carolina, South Carolina, Honolulu, Vegas, New York, Chicago. And I think we might have a Seattle date and an Atlanta date coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Get your tickets at chadandjt.com. We're also brought to you by the legends at Vroom. Vroom, what up? Thank you so much for sponsoring the pod, guys. With Vroom, you can buy a car entirely online and have it delivered straight to you so you never have to go to a dealership again. So, you know when you go to a dealership and it takes all this time with the negotiation, all that stuff, and then the paperwork. My God, the paperwork, it takes like 3 hours. And you're like, dude, let's get this thing a-moving. Well, you don't have to worry about any of that anymore with Vroom. And if you're looking to sell a car, just put your car online and Vroom is going to give you a price right away. No haggling, no flaky dealers, all that kind of weird shit. Vroom is the place for you. So instead of going to a dealership, buy a car from home, a park, or even as you listen to Going Deep with Chad and JT. Literally anywhere else. You can browse thousands of cars at one place on Vroom. So never have to haggle or negotiate. Vroom is entirely online. So next time you go to buy a car, just grab your phone, go to vroom.com, and check out thousands of great cars. That's vroom.com. Vroom.com. VROOM. We're also brought to you by the legends at Helix Sleep. Helix, what up? Guys, this is my favorite mattress in the world. I sleep like a baby every night. I was apprehensive to get it. And then Helix came in. They're like, hey, just take the sleep quiz. We'll send it to you. If you don't like it, you can return it. And you have 100 nights to decide that. Risk-free. And I took the sleep quiz. I got my, firm mattress with a hint of, softness in there. And it feels just fantastic. I love it so much. And all I had to do was take the Helix Sleep Quiz, find the perfect mattress for me in under 2 minutes, and you can do the same. And your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door. It's a really cool how they do that, by the way, and it's free of charge. 100-night risk-free trial, and you can get premium, luxury models, big and tall sleepers, mattress made for kids, all types of models. Get your mattress today. They have an American made and come with a 10 to 15 year warranty, and remember, you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free, and it's been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired Magazine. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/go-deep. With Helix, better sleep starts now. We're also brought to you by the legends at Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims peeved, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dinks are looking fresh and clean, because if you haven't heard already, it's smooth sack summer. When you're playing in that summer sun, make sure you're scaped from pubes to bum. Guys, in all seriousness, pubes are important. And it's important to trim them and to make them look amazing and to let the world know that you just really, really care about your dink. And you can do that with the Performance Package 4.0. They got every product: lawnmower, ear and nose hair trimmer, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, boxer briefs. Everything you need. Ball deodorant. They have ball deodorant. Guys, get on the Manscaped train right now. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GODEEP at manscaped.com. It's smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. All right, let's get back to the show.
Fear of becoming awkward dap guy. Over the last few months, I've slowly started noticing that I have a terrible read for how to handle greeting situations. Whenever my grandpa goes in for a handshake, I go for a hug. If someone is coming in with a closed fist for a fist bump, mine is wide open, ready for a high five. Typically, if it's just one of my buddies, I will just stick with a good old-fashioned dap, and that usually goes smoothly. But I continue to find myself in situations where I'm cringing at the awkwardness of a missed fist bump or an awkward handshake that turns into a hug. I think the fact that I have noticed my low greeting success rate has affected my confidence, and now I feel like a golfer with the yips every time I see someone I know. What should I do?
First off, what's the yips?
It's when you're like just shanking everything. Or it's also like a baseball term, I think, for when you're like a fielder. You just keep like guys. It'll happen to guys. There's a word for it. The book Art of Fielding was about it. But there's a player who got it where you just can't make an accurate throw. And It's just all going all over the place.
Dude, I love this question because I sort of had this issue, and I think you just got to take ownership of the awkwardness. Take command and own it. A lot of times people try to go in for a handshake. I go for the hug, but you do it confidently. You say, if they go, oh, we're hugging? You're like, yeah, we're fucking hugging. You know, and I think people like that. I had a buddy who'd always hug me in college every time, and I'd be like, "Oh, he's so sweet." You know, I think you go for the if you're going for a dap and you have the open fist, you squid that shit. You know, you squid the fuck out of it. That's why I go for the squid every time. I know it annoys you,
It
but
does, yeah.
I still squid him every time.
But you know, me being able to talk about it openly alleviates any of the annoyance.
Yeah.
And we only have it like 5,000 times on camera where I go for it. You do this. And you go.
Why is it? Because do you feel like emasculated because I'm squidding your fist?
Well, like no, I think it's probably partially, but like I think the whole point is to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Then every time you do the other thing, and I'm like, hey man. But I know it brings you great joy, and I know it's like a thing that it's up to me to get over it, because I'll see other people when you squid them and they love it. I'm like, God bless them, man.
Yeah, the whole crew loved it on the show.
I'm like, they're better men than me.
I squid the shit out of Spencer, our producer.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this, Spencer, I'm gonna squid you next time I see you.
Steve Blass disease is when you can't make the throw.
Oh, I thought that's when you squid.
Dude, it could be associated with that. Dude, I think you're right too. I think with this handshake thing, dude, it's an easy fix. Your problem is you're being reactive rather than proactive. Stop waiting for the other person to tell you what's going to happen. Just go in strong first and they'll react to that. Like I've noticed when I come up to stage to get the microphone, it's kind of an awkward handoff between you and the host, because you don't know, like, are you going to hug? Are you going to fist bump? And people are watching too. Yeah. So I just always, right when I'm walking up there, I already have my fist out. I'm like, hey, we're just going to do a fist.
That's good. Start early.
Yeah, start early. Be the first one to draw. It's a gunfight.
Yeah.
Be Doc Holliday. Beat them to the punch.
Also, people aren't thinking about it as much as you think they are. You know, and like I had that thing. I sort of I saw Bill Burr at the Comedy Store, and we had this awkward thing where he went for a pound. I went to shake the hand, and then he opened his hand, and I went for the. You know, I should have just squidded Bill Burr. So I was like. And I was like, oh,
you should have squidded Bill Burr. You should have.
What the fuck?
But it would have left an impression.
Yeah. Because he's nice, because he like knows us now, you know. So he's like very nice to comics, you know.
Good guy.
And so he just like he's like, hey, how you doing? And I just go, yeah, squid, and I just stare at him. I think that
it's a great move.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too, is that if you end up on the wrong end of it and you mess up, it's always a good opportunity just to laugh. You go, oh man, we fucked that up. And you give them like a double shoulder pat with both your hands.
Yeah.
And then everything's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's true. The issue isn't even the mess up. The issue is the fixating on the mess up.
Yeah. Cause
like you got to just pretend that you're in control of these things and you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Wife won't let me shave. Boys, how's it going? JT, you're so wise. Chad's a bloody scucks. Aaron's a beast. Strider feels like a big brother. Joe's a heart of gold, and Chris the Legend always keeps JT on his toes in the sweetest way.
What's the scucks?
Oh, right here. Check this out. Oh, sorry if you're confused by scucks. It's a New England slang word for like dank.
Oh, nice.
I have a huge problem. My dank wife doesn't let me shave my pubes. She prefers full bush. I'm a pretty hairy dude too. She refuses to embrace being manscaped. What should I do? Love your wife completely, fully, and always? She sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah.
She wants you to be a feral animal. Why don't you honor that? Come in full bush, dude.
Yeah.
That's nice. I would love to have a lady like that. I think I do. Yeah. I think my lady supports my bush. She's never commented on it.
She likes your bush?
I keep it pretty mangy. Yeah. Not horribly. I'll put the trimmer over it once a month or something, but I think that's cool, man. Unless you really want it to be shaved, and then you just have an honest discussion about what's like if it's like really important to you and like you don't feel sexy with a full bush, just tell her like, hey babe, I know you love the full bush, but for me to feel sexy and fully in my body, I need it to be a little more trim. And I think she'll hear you on that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If his bush is making him uncomfortable, like you're getting it caught in your zipper or something, you know, and have that talk with her. But I think if she wants you to be al natural, bro, just make sure you buy the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. You don't have to use it.
Yeah, guys, Manscaped has been getting on us because people aren't buying as many lawnmowers, which like to me is like, makes sense why they're like, you guys bought a ton. And at a certain
I'm
point,
pretty sure the whole audience has already
the whole
bought
audience
them.
already has one.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me that you wouldn't keep re-upping, even though the technology's improved, tenfold.
Yeah.
But if you are thinking about, if the machine has any rust or wear and tear, get the new one, guys. Because Manscaped kind of got on us and we're like, hey, they're not buying mowers like they used to. I'm like, well, everyone's got 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you? How many mowers you want them to have, guys?
And make sure you use code Go Deep and then
get the fucking deodorants, get the cologne. I use all that shit. Get it all.
Yeah.
It's all great stuff. Let's just use this as the Manscaped ad. I love Manscaped, by the way. They're been very generous to us.
You get the weed whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer.
Yeah, let me try that thing out. I'll put that thing in me. I do my nose hairs just with my fingers. Do you guys do that? Like when they pop up, you just pull
you pull them out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That's how I do my nails too. When they get long, I just pick them. I feel like we kind of know what we're doing with that stuff. Like it's woven into our biology to know how to like self-clean a little bit. Oh, this is interesting. Kind of pertinent to what talking about going to the dentist. I'm a dentist from Seattle. Hey, Lords of Stoke. I am literally a 3rd-year dental student in Seattle. Whoa. Hold on, I'm doing the nose trimmer. That's fun.
Dude, yeah, it works.
It's fun.
Yeah. Whoa, it's cutting hair.
That's really fun. Is that working?
I think that sound means it's working.
That tickles, man.
You should put that up your ass.
I was thinking that same thing. I was going to say on my clit. But I guess my clit's in my butt. Yeah, here, Chad, go. Yeah, put that up your butt. No, touch it for real, though.
Ooh. That feels good.
You're a little dirty freak, aren't you?
Dude, I just worked my taint.
You're a little dirty freak, dude. Get over here. All right, I am literally a 3rd-year dental student in Seattle currently, and let me tell you guys, the grind is unreal. They actually have anti-suicide posters in our LASB last quarter. Dude, I always think the key to an anti-suicide poster is not to mention suicide.
Yeah.
Don't even mention the darkest possibility. Just show the brightest one.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, 2nd-year students, and it's a guy like kayaking through glaciers.
Yeah.
My question for you is this.
Just have beaches everywhere.
Yeah, just have beaches everywhere. Because once you put the word don't commit suicide into a wall, my brain goes, was I going to commit suicide? Like it puts you on that spin.
Yeah.
My question for you is this. What things could I do to get people more stoked on going to the dentist? My ideas include a bar in the waiting room and possibly hiring really attractive dental assistants that wear lingerie and clear plastic PPE. Interested to hear any great ideas from you guys. Well, I like the way this guy's brain works. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get some tits in the office.
Yeah. What if all the assistants had huge racks? Would that get more people? You know what? It probably work too. It's
Imagine if
not gonna work.
Your dentist comes in, you like the office? Yeah. A lot of us commit suicide, but I had to counter that by getting a lot of tits in here.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is I'd be suspicious of my dentist's intelligence at that point. I'd be like, what? I'm like, you didn't think just being the best dentist would help? Like, you just said tits and ass and beer?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure you're in the right profession, bro?
He has the drill in your mouth. He's like, Shelly, bring that over here. Hey, you gotta check this out.
Yeah, Shelly's 21. She's paying off some student debt. She's fine, isn't she?
She's never gone to school for this shit. He gets sued and then fired like a week later. I was trying to prevent suicide, bro. Bro, come on. That's the whole point of this office. All right, sorry.
No, I love it. Yeah, dude, I think you got it figured out. Just, you know what? Honestly, I was going to give you real advice, but I think I genuinely want you to try this and tell me how it goes. And see if it becomes like the most popular dentist office in the country. Because honestly, I wouldn't bet against it. I would just go for it, dude. You've got the plan already in place. And if you want our blessing blessed. Go
Dude,
for it.
he could be like Watley in Seinfeld, played by Bryan Cranston. He's the pervy dentist.
Right.
Good dude.
I've been watching Seinfeld lately.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, me and the lady will watch it, and
How do you like it?
I like it a lot. She always
Yeah.
shows me the Putty episode. She says I'm like
Oh.
Putty. He's
Yeah.
amazing in it, dude. That
Amazing.
actor,
Yeah.
he plays it so perfectly.
Yeah.
His
It-
delivery is incredible.
Dude, he crushed Putty and being the safety guy on California Soarin' in Disneyland.
Oh, is he that
He's
guy?
like, now buckle up your seatbelt. And some kid does it in the thing and he just goes, that a boy.
I can see it. He's
yeah,
great.
he's amazing.
Money talk with the missus. My Brobraham Lincolns. The wife and I have been married 2 years, and she is an absolute bombshell and my best friend. When we got hitched, we were both pulling about the same amount of cash, so regularly split bills or just traded rent, dinner, and all felt fair and never stressed on it. However, over the last 18 months, my career has blown up, which is dank for both of us in our future. However, the girl has started a spending rampage, and nothing I say can slow her down. It's causing extreme anxiety and frustration. Where we used to share in the rent, I cover the whole thing. Where we used to split, or she'd offer to split dinners, I cover the whole thing. I know we are married and it's the same pot. I feel a little used. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Cheers, boys.
It's a tough one.
I mean, you got to just call her out, dude. I think, and you can do that respectfully, but I think you got to just call her out. And this would cut both ways. I think the way you got to think about it is like, what if your wife was making bank? And it's tough with these things too, because like you don't want to come across like too rah-rah dude, like, yeah, hell yeah, she's using you, bro. You got to fucking put a stop to that shit. I don't mean it like that, but I just mean like for a fair, equal relationship. Like if she was making bank and you were going willy-nilly, spending it on like golf clubs and dirt bikes and other sick shit, I would get why you were doing that, but I wouldn't disagree if she called you out. So I think you just got to be like, hey, babe, enough is enough. Like I work really hard for this stuff. We need more transparency on what you're spending and where you're spending. And I'm sorry for that. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm like, you know, looking over you or like you don't have freedom, but it's just not financially smart for us to have this much money going out. Like it's really about keeping both of us protected because, you know, we want this money to do more for us. And I kind of need to know, I kind of need you to slow down so I can feel safer about that.
Yeah. I think it's well said. I have nothing to add.
And then you know what I think that leads to? A big fight and a bigger reunion.
Mm.
She'll come around. You guys fight about it. You get it out, all the emotions, all the intensity, all the names, you know, try to keep it PG. And then the reunion gets X-rated. All
Yeah.
that energy, you guys are going to have a good time.
Yeah,
So look forward to it, man. Look forward to the conversation.
totally.
Dance floor wedding queue. I was at a wedding this weekend and someone dropped their drink on the dance floor, breaking the glass. Of course I've been there, but it got me thinking, what's the best recovery mode to do from this? If you spill the glass, you take off your shoes and you dance on it. Dude, my friend Liz did a semester abroad and she met these two dudes who were cool guys, I thought. And they came to visit her in California and we had like a pool party at her house and me and Strider were there and we try to be hospitable. We're like, you guys are great guys. And we got like super loaded with them. And then one of the guys just got like way too drunk, got like the worst sunburn I've ever seen. He was a red-haired guy and he ended up breaking a bottle. We're like, bro, chill. And then he stepped onto the glass and just stared at me and Strider while it happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like peak psycho.
Yeah.
I mean, Strider were like, dude, we got to get this guy to bed.
Yeah.
He was like, ah.
That's awesome.
Terrified.
I think, yeah, if you do it, clean it up. But also, you could, if you just kept dancing, but then shimmied your way towards a broom and got a broom and a thing, and you're just sort of dancing and sweeping it up, then people are going to be like, wow, that guy's responsible and cool and he's fun. So it's a good opportunity for you to sort of shine in the party. And then, who knows, you may just end up hiring a really cool dentist.
Dude, one more question about greetings. Sup, stokers? I've noticed while watching shows, movies, people of high economic status or people from other countries always kiss each other on the cheek when greeting one another. However, I never see this in real life. Does this feel like a custom that seems to be fading with new generations? Curious if you guys ever see this and what your thoughts are on it. I would love to see this thing pick back up.
I think it's just European.
My friend's girlfriend works in fashion and she does it. And
That's
she
hilarious.
was in Nantucket and she was hitting us with them.
Yeah.
And I did the thing that I laughed about. I went, oh, sorry, I'm not used to that. And then
Yeah.
it's really not even a kiss. It's a cheek touch.
Yeah. And you go,
Yeah, you make the kiss thing, but you don't actually kiss skin.
yeah.
You're kind of kissing air and you're just hitting cheek,
Yeah.
which is nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it does throw you for a second. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa, I'm not used to this one.
No, when I lived in Spain, that's what they did. So I learned really quickly to do that with everyone, which is interesting.
It is nice.
It's cool. Yeah, dude, I'll just start doing it.
Yeah, you bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't let Europeans have all the culture in class. Let's start doing it over here.
Yeah.
And do it with your bros.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Tell us how it goes.
If you were the frat that was doing that, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
If you're in a frat, I'm betting you are. All right, last one, long one. What's up, Stoke Lords? First and foremost, I've been a long time listener and I have to thank you guys for doing what you do. The pod has brought me lots of joy in my life. I have a situation that I would love your guidance on. So I'm a rising senior in college. Me and my girlfriend of 2 years just broke up about 3 months ago. I was completely broken after the fact because she is truly the most amazing girl I've ever met. Not only was she the nicest person, but she also made me a better man in general. It was both our faults that we broke up. She had thought I cared less about her towards the end of our relationship, even though I never loved her any less, but I was bad at expressing my love to her sometimes. And she wasn't a very confrontational person, meaning we never argued and she had never confronted me about her feelings. If I had known how she felt, I would have done everything and anything I could to fix our relationship. And that's why I felt like the breakup came out of nowhere. Anyway, she didn't want to stay in contact as she felt that was the best way for both of us to move on. I did what she wanted and stayed out of her life after the breakup to give her space. However, I was completely broken over the fact that I couldn't speak to her. Fast forward a couple months later, I had reached out because I truly wanted to just check up on her and see if there was anything I could do to bring her back. She agreed to meet with me and we could have coffee together. I apologized forever and for everything and expressed to her that I still loved her dearly and would do anything to fix our relationship. However, it wasn't like that she completely rejected the idea. She mostly responded by, I'm sorry, I can't take back my words, or I'm not in a good space right now, and maybe down the road. It's these phrases that sort of keep me on the hook of thinking maybe we can fix this one day. However, nothing she said was definitive. So I don't know whether there is something or just false hope.
Is that it?
He doesn't know what to do. Yeah, it's just more him saying he doesn't know what to do.
I would say he's got to go out and live his life.
Yeah.
Get back out there. Maybe go on a few dates here and there. And then just get back on track. Do things that make you happy. Hit the gym. Get invested in your work. You're a rising senior, so focus on studying, crushing it in school, hanging with your friends, making some good memories. And I think the best thing you can do is go out and live your life and enjoy it. And I think trying to stick around and trying to get her to come back will.
It's bad for your spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I did this. I wanted to get back an ex one time, and I'd really blown it. And yeah, what worked for me was it wasn't calling her or texting her. It was getting my life in order and improving as a person, because there's no downside to it. Like because there is a potential. It worked with us. We got back together. We weren't supposed to be together, but we did get back together. Like you improve your life. Maybe she does come back. But then if she doesn't, your life is still improved.
Yeah.
So you're still in a better situation than you were when you started this kind of quest. So I say that just go do things that make you feel strong and that help you forget about her for a little bit, because that's better for the day to day. And then whatever happens at the end of the road, you'll be farther along than you were before. So do that, whatever that is for you, brother. But you got this. I bet you all get married and shit.
Nice.
Chad, who's your beef of the week?
Dude, property manager, landlord. Trying to get this thing in our washer replaced. I hate when they're just like, all I need to do is schedule a plumber. It's been like 3 weeks, and then like the property manager's like, "Hey, maintenance isn't getting back to me. Can you reach out?" I'm like, "What is this?" Like, no, I did reach out, but I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why can't this is so simple. Why is this so difficult? And I think it's just laziness. Every time I talk, oh yeah, where are you on the? Oh yeah, where are you living? Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I pay rent on time every time. I'm a good tenant. These are your problems. You know, they came with the house. I didn't cause these problems. So you fucking schedule this shit and do it now. Or I'm going to write a Yelp review for the first time in my life and I'm going to fucking destroy you. And then I'm going to talk shit on Twitter.
You hold all the cards, baby.
Yeah.
You could ruin this dude.
Yeah. So that's my beef.
Great restraint on your part to not annihilate him.
Thanks, dude. But it could be like the aliens in Independence Day, where right now my laser beam is charging up, and I could destroy Houston in one
blast.
in one go. No disrespect to Houston, I really like that city.
H-Town big ups. Jake, you had one?
Yeah. My beef of the week is Bullet Train. We saw the movie Bullet Train.
One of the worst movies I've ever
Terrible. I mean,
seen.
like,
Horrendous movie.
especially as someone who like edits film. Well, not necessarily movies, but like kind of know how editing works.
Yeah.
A lot of like jump cuts and things that just like made zero sense. And like adding characters that had zero touch to the movie. It was just horrible. But I had a good time with the boys, so I guess that's a plus. But the movie was
That was fun. We did
terrible.
have a good time, but it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Beneath Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Very beneath him.
Yeah, it's tough to imagine Brad making a bad movie.
And there was some last second cameos that they threw in
Yeah.
there just to like try to zhuzh it up, and it was like disrespectful.
Yeah.
I was like, don't try to save the day with 2 seconds of Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I expect more from you than that.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds ain't moving the needle for me. Like, I'm not going to see Ryan Reynolds for 2 seconds, but like, oh, this is a good movie. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Dude, my beef of the week, I had a bad pilot flying home from Denver to LA.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bad pilot. I knew it right away. Right when he got over the comms, he was like, okay, guys, so we're, we're running about 10 minutes behind. We had some late connectors coming on board, and I just wanted to wait for them to get their bags, I know I'd like to have my bags on my flight. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And then when we got up in the air, it was bumpy, and he's like, yeah, it's tough. A little bumpy, so I'm gonna keep the fasten seatbelt sign on, and I think I see some holes there for some good weather, so maybe we get through those and it gets a little smoother. And I was like, what's with all this like kind of like maybe stuff while you're flying? He's like, yeah, it could get better, maybe they'll get on board with their bags, we don't know. I'm like, I just want a pilot who has no time for me, who just gets on and he's like, we had some late connectors, they're not gonna make it, guys. It's bumpy right now, I'll figure it out. I need that kind of confidence. And it was a bumpy ride and a rough landing. And I knew from the beginning, I was like, this guy doesn't have it. And I don't think we think about that enough. That's 200,000 planes in the sky at any given moment. Some of those pilots just have to suck, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not as good as the other pilots. And I think we think they're all the same. They're not all the same. This guy was bad.
Tell him.
Bad pilot. Nice guy, probably. Sorry, dude. I feel bad now.
No, it's good.
He fucked up.
Let him have it.
It's tough, dude. It's tough.
This is to you, pilot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It didn't have to be that bumpy.
Dude, I had that on my way to Reno. I, those flights where you're like, you board the plane, then you realize, wait a second, we've been sitting here for an hour. And you're like, yeah, sorry, we were late coming from Savannah, Georgia. The pilots were. I'm like, why did we board the plane then? Why can't you keep us out until they showed up?
Yeah, what is this recent phenomenon with them all? I know they're overworked and there's like a labor crisis, but
yeah.
I'm not used to seeing people like running up to the gate with me who are working on the plane.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was literally in the farthest row, window seat, so uncomfortable. The guy in front of me is some douche who fucking leans his chair back. I never do that on principle. I think it's rude, and I think it's bad karma, and someone's gonna do it to me. But I don't do it, and someone did do it to me. I was like, you're a fucking asshole. And yeah, so I was pissed. And then they're like, get on board. They're like, yeah, so maintenance had to take care of something. And we're supposed to legally print this piece of paper out, but the printer's not working. I was like, Jesus. So, yeah.
The printer's broken?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Out of all the excuses at an airport, the
Yeah.
printer's broken.
Yeah. Dude.
Jake, Chad, who's your baby of the week?
My baby of the week is the cast and crew of our show.
Nice.
This is everyone involved. This is Netflix, Ben Cavey, Ben Lynn, Caitlin Hotchkiss, Brandon Norman, Vicky Prieto, our amazing director, Dan Lucchese, freaking legend.
Beast.
Dave Kneebone, Janelle Cranking, Spencer Vickers at Abso. The whole cast, we got you, Strider, Kev, JT's mom, our dads, and the whole crew. Just the whole team was just awesome. We had such a blast making it, and I think that comes through in the finished product because it was just so much fun. And I'm just wanted to give props to everyone involved because everyone crushed it and it was awesome. So, yeah.
Nice, dude. Jake, who's yours?
My babes of the week are you guys.
Oh, dude, thanks.
I just want to say thank you for all the opportunities you've given me. Really appreciate it. And our last trip gave me a lot of inspiration and purpose. It kind of felt nice, like going home, looking at the footage, like, holy shit, we did this.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. And,
Thanks, man.
That was a fun trip.
Yeah, it was awesome. It gave me so much inspiration about other things that I could create.
Nice, dude.
Really I got to give it right back to you, man. I think you're my babe of the week because that was a great trip. It was a great shoot. A lot of wild experiences I'll remember forever. A lot of just good-hearted, good-natured fun. And you're from Iowa, so you showed us around. You told us about the sweet corn.
Yeah.
You told us what to look out for. But my favorite moment of the trip is when we were at dinner. We did a nice big dinner before we took off. You got to do it right. You do something fun together. You got to commemorate it. You get a dinner. Lull in conversation, and Jake's like, fellas ever been in a three-way? Me and Chad were like, not really, maybe came close once or twice. And Jake's like, yeah, me and my buddy banged a chick together one time.
Can I say this, Jake?
Yeah, say whatever you want.
He's like, yeah, we Eiffel Towered her. Everyone's just like,
you all just like got super silent and looked at me. And I was like,
No,
and then we started
laughing.
dying laughing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a good story.
It's like, you guys have never Eiffel Towered anybody?
yeah.
Nah, I've never been to France.
Dude, is that why they named the Eiffel Tower the Eiffel Tower?
I think so. Yeah, that was funny. Chad, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is riding on a jet ski with your lady behind you.
Oh, dude. Peak living, dude.
We did in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, you guys did that?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Just fucking, she's holding on. You're just... dude, that's the best feeling ever.
Dude, especially, and dude, one time I was living real fat off the land. I had a wave runner and I was in Cabo and I had two chicks on the back and I was just driving and I was like, dude, this is living.
Yeah.
And I took him by where all the seals are. I was
Yeah.
gonna like blast through like a little rock gap so we could get real close to him.
Yeah.
I fucking flipped the thing. All the seals start jumping in the water. And I'm like, I might get these two girls killed.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to get back up.
Yeah.
They're like, is this dangerous? I'm like, it's totally safe.
Yeah.
The seals are friendly.
Yeah.
I was like terrified.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we got to safety and nothing happened. But yeah,
that's
dude,
hilarious.
having girls on a wave runner,
yeah.
good feeling, dude.
Yeah, because, you like hit a wake and you catch some fat air. I was like, "Near," and we just land. I was like, and I just looked back, gave her a smirk. Just,
And the way they gotta hug you,
yeah,
the
yeah.
way they gotta hold, they gotta put their arms around you.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless she's real cool and she does the lean back and holds the handles.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
That's a little too cool.
No,
for
she was
school.
holding on. I was like, where are we going? She's like, I was like, you want to go to an island or something? She's like, it's a lake. I was like, right.
Dude, I gotta get my girl and me on a wave runner. That sounds great, man.
Dude, yeah.
We should do a little double date.
Yeah,
Take
I
them
know.
on some wave runners.
Dude.
That'd
We
be
should go to
fun.
Miami and like do a wave runner to the
Dude,
restaurant.
I'm down for Miami trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drive a wave runner to dinner there. What a
Yeah.
great city.
Yeah.
We're going to a wedding in a couple weeks too.
Yeah.
Jordana Brewster and Mason Moffitt.
Yeah, dude, Mason, loyal fan of the pod.
Great guys. Getting married. Congrats, dude.
Yeah. Very excited for them. I'm not sure. Does he still listen? Mason, if you still listen,
We'll know.
let us know.
Yeah, we'll know. You're 2 hours in right now. Jake, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Bill Hader.
Nice.
His ex-girlfriend was on a podcast 2
Oh,
days
yeah.
ago, and she said the one thing she missed about him is his big dick. So
Anna Kendrick said that?
Rachel Bilson.
Yeah.
Rachel Bilson and him dated? Rachel Bilson from the OC?
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, she said
Summer,
on the podcast
dude.
he had a big dick, so shout out to Bill.
That's huge, dude.
Dude, just pranking it. You're like, whoa, nice hog. Thanks.
Dude, my legend of the week is this Armenian sandwich I had. It was pastrami. One of
Whoa.
the best sandwiches I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
That sounds dank.
it was delicious. Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from Fred Durst talking about Woodstock 99, which watched that doc, really good doc. Yeah, I've been cranking Kid Rock, Korn, and Limp Bizkit ever since. And Fred Durst, he goes, yeah, when we were on stage, it was the greatest concert of all time. I had no idea that the finger would be pointed at me as the guy starting the riot. I wonder if there's a better quote from him on that.
I mean, it's a dramatic turn of events.
Yeah, I want you to take all of that negative energy inside of you. If you got girl problems, you got boy problems, your rent's late, I want you to express it right now and break some shit. And that's exactly what the crowd did.
Fucked it up.
Oh, man.
Jake, what's yours?
My quote of the week is from a rapper named Pusha T. In one of his songs, he says, "You can live forever if the art you create is timeless." So it's kind of like playing off last week's inspiration. It's kind of like if you create something that's like multi-generational or something that like could last forever, then so could you or your spirit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, hell
So,
yeah, dude.
As a creative, it really hit me.
That's
Dude,
fire.
fuck yeah, man. Hey, I'm loving the energy. Mine is from the Pitbull and Neo song "Time of Our Lives." Kind of I was inspired because of what Fred Durst just said right there. But the opening little run of lines. I knew my rent was going to be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to get off in this club, have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, let's get it now.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
What's
Good
your phrase of
stuff.
the week for getting after it?
This comes from Woodstock too. My name is Kid Rock, baby.
Hell yeah.
Dude, my favorite meme of all time is the January. There's like a January 6th photo of everyone rushing the Capitol, and then they photoshopped Kid Rock in there, shirtless, just stomping in, just leading the charge. I thought it was so much just Kid Rock. Power to bar, baby.
Jake, you got one?
Yeah. Another song that I've been listening to. It's I've been doing too well to sit back and think about how it could have went different, which is always good in my life because I always like thought about like things in the past that could have been, changed your trajectory. But like now that I feel like I'm in a good headspace, at least the last couple of weeks, it's like, why even think about that? So just go out there and keep doing it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Mine is this is like a manly poem, Rudyard Kipling's If.
Mhm.
I think I used to love it and then I kind of turned away from it because it felt too cliche. And now I'm back. And I think it's a great thing to read to yourself if you're ever feeling down and you need some like courage in the moment. But at the end, he sums it all up by saying, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. I love that line. And then he says, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Now, look, he was a gross imperialist who sent his disabled kid to war when he shouldn't have gone and the kid died. So you can always tear him down if you want. But that poem rocks. And that last part hits. So I forgive you, buddy. Thanks for the poem. Guess I'm conflicted, but I love it. I listen to Michael Caine reads it on Spotify. No matter what I got to do that day, if it's showing up for a stand-up show or a work thing or just even like a social thing, I put it on and I feel jacked.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, watch the show.
Yeah, watch the show. Watch the whole thing, binge it, have fun. Stoked. Thank you guys.
Thanks, dudes.
All right.
All right.
If you need advice, these skies are really nice. You